Hey guys, today I'm making an illustration to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of my YouTube channel. For anyone who doesn't know, the very first video that I put on this channel was a drawing of Cinderella from the live action movie that came out in 2015, I think. And last year I was honestly surprised that it'd been a year and I was still making videos for the channel, so I decided to redraw the drawing. And I will show a lineup of all of them so you can see the comparison. But right now we are 2 years from the start of my channel and I am redrawing her for a second time, which means it's the third time I'm drawing her. Could have worded that better. Anyways, as you could see earlier, there was a little video in the corner showing my first attempt at this for this year, but I really wasn't liking that I was doing the exact same pose for a third time, so I tried to mix it up a little bit, and I lifted her hands so that you could see more of the dress, but I wanted to show the other recording because I want this to be like a full process of the entire illustration. But what you see on the screen right now is what I end up going with, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So, one thing that really has given me trouble in the past with making illustrations is the eyes, because I sketch eyes all the time. I love to do it. They're all over my sketchbook and my schoolwork. But whenever I try to add them into a painting, they seem like they're not in my style. And I think that's because I try to paint too soon and then I lose all the details. So what I did this time is I made a new layer just to detail the eyes and actually add eyelashes, and I'm happy with how they turned out. Of course, I still need practice, but it's kind of a step in the direction that I want to be going. If you see that sometimes the illustration switches to black and white, that is because I was having some trouble with the values in this drawing, or in this painting, because everything seemed really similar, and so when I changed it to black and white, I could check how I was doing with that. The reason it was so hard for me this year, and it hasn't been in the past, is because last year when I was doing this, I was picking colors from an image, and so that made it a lot easier to pick out the colors. But this year, I was thinking about it, and I wanted to show what I've learned, and I've been practicing a lot lately with using my own colors. So what I did is I didn't pick colors at all. I looked at reference pictures, but I just chose my own colors. In the comparison, you can see that the colors in this drawing are definitely a lot more saturated, and they do not have quite as much contrast, but I still think it's a lot better than I could have done last year, and I'm excited to see how it'll be next year if I'm still here. Should I say when I'm still here? I don't know if that's... Oh, we'll see. And so, I do want to mention, right now, I'm working on her sleeves, and I'm really happy with them. It was super fun. They don't look exactly like how they're supposed to, but it's still super fun to draw. I didn't add the butterflies this time. I did last year. I didn't the year before, but this year I didn't, partially because I forgot, but I did kind of have this subconscious thing, like I really liked how it was looking, and I didn't want to. So, yeah, maybe next year. Right now, I'm doing the detailing on the dress. That is one big regret I have from the drawing last year. I just scribbled lines on it. It probably took under a minute, and I called it good. This skirt, little different. This skirt took me over an hour to paint, and I had so much fun with it. But yeah, I'm really glad I put the time into it this year, and I'm a lot more happy with it. The texture isn't quite right, like it doesn't look like her dress specifically, but I still really do like it, and again, always leaves room for improvement. I know I shouldn't think so much about that. I do want to focus on how far I have come in the last year, but it's nice to think about where I could be in the next year. And then next year, I can look back on this and see what I wanted to improve on, and if I did. So I am just adding texture to the skirt, trying to make it look as ruffly as possible, and I was really loving how the illustration was going. Like, it's probably a little more saturated than it needed to be, but I still do love the colors. I was trying to add some glitter there, but I wasn't really feeling it. Anyways, here is the finished illustration. Thank you all for supporting me as I continue on my journey with this channel, even though I'm not super consistent, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much. Bye!